Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Convo. We are here today again. It's a beautiful day. I hope your day was not as stressful as hers here, right? Okay. So, my name is Nifemi Peace, as you have always known. And with me here, I have our beautiful ladies. Yes.
Wow. My name is Debbie Olubayo.
Wow. Yeah, Debbie Olubayo, the gentle-looking woman.
Just take it like that.
All right. And we also have...
My name is Teresa Oga, simply called Tess.
Tess.
Yes.
Like Tess.
Tess.
As simple as that. Okay, so on our show today, I don't know how we want to do this conversation today, but
let's have it.
Yeah, we're going to have it. Now, there's this post that is on social media, and people have been talking about it, and I know that it's just a topic that is about life.
Okay.
Life and its existence, and it's happened in different people's life. I want to talk about it today, and I hope that you're going to drop it on your comment section. Whatever you feel about this, drop it on your comment section. So there's this post that says marrying. So there was someone that posted this, and I want to believe that this person is a man. Okay, let me read it first before we start concluding. Marrying highly educated working women will be one of the worst decisions you will ever make in your life. A big red flag. Let me land now. Let me land. It now says it is a big red flag. A big red flag.
A big red flag.
Yes.
Those words are too strong.
Which of them is strong?
Read it again, please.
Marrying highly educated working women will be one of the worst decisions you will ever make in your life.
Let me complete it. One of the biggest or one of the weakest or worst decision would ever make in your life. If you are a man that is not ready to accept reality, or a man that cannot face the stress.
Okay, so
tell it that way.
Don't let us put full stop there. Let's start from what this topic is about. Let's expand this. Let's talk about it. So first, the saying marrying an highly educated and working woman. And I feel if you have an educated woman that is also a working woman, it's a support system now. Yeah. So I'm wondering why this guy will post this, that this will be one of the worst decision a man will make in his life.
I think that's why I said that's for a man that is not ready to face the reality, because let's face it, it's actually very stressful.
Okay.
Marrying a highly educated woman that is also a career woman, to be honest, is not easy. She's a career woman, and we all know what being a career woman entails. Okay. It means you have something at the top of your mind. You're always thinking about, how do I become the smartest woman in my career? How do I achieve this? Now think of a banker. Now maybe she's a manager, and being a manager, you have a lot of responsibility on you. Now you are also a wife, a mother. So think of those two responsibilities. It is not easy especially if it's with in a family where the man is not fully prepared for that kind of situation.
Like financially?
So it can be like that. So that man that made that comment, I want to say, maybe is the kind of man that is not prepared for that reality. So he considered it as the worst decision in his life. I
think that it is a generic statement, because it is not all women that are uneducated that are actually good. Because I've seen instances.
Say that statement again. Like, repeat that.
I said it is not all women that are uneducated that are actually good women or good wives, as the case may be.
Okay.
Yes, because I've seen instances whereby, this I think it's safe for me to call the tribe now. This Igbo culture, there are some persons that they've stayed in the city, or they come to the city to hustle. And so when they've made money, some of them are educated, and when they want to marry, because they think they want to marry peace of mind, they go to the village. And then they marry.
Let me get that straight. So you're talking about men that goes to the village to pick a wife,
to find peace of mind.
Yes, because they're trying to, the reason is because they think that people that are not educated, they are going to like, they will be able to maybe
cope with them,
cope with them,
or they are manageable.
I don't want to use the word control for the lack of word.
Okay, so before we dive in, there's this woman here that gave a response. Like, she commented on this. She said something here that is very interesting. She said, I have a PhD in information system security. I am a director, like she's a director of a company, and also a cyber security professional.
That's a typical career woman.
And she put it there. She said, I am a career woman. And she said, I am married for 8 years and counting. Everybody's reality is different. Don't project yourself on others.
What's her name?
Dr. Iretioluwa, something like that.
So I think I know her. She's very, very active on social media, on Twitter. And I think I've once attended one of her Twitter space. It's for women balancing career and work. And I can say she spoke so well on that Twitter space. By the time I left the Twitter space, I was like, God. So we have women like this. She's like killing it in her career. And at the same time, her family is not suffering from her being a career woman. And they were even 3. Not only her, she on that Twitter space, they brought other career women, and they were all doing well. If you see what they were talking about, these women, they are
their life experience.
As in, I love them. They are doing well in their career, and they also mentioned how they are being very helpful with their man, like with their husbands,
supportive.
How they are supportive, and their men also, they are so supportive. So I was like, so we can have a balance. You know, people believe, like what we just read, that a career woman is difficult to marry. That is for a man that is not ready.
That's not even true. There are some women that are not educated and they give their husbands a lot of problems.
Difficult marriage.
Yes, and they would probably not even have the knowledge to pass down to their kids when they are nurturing them, like the time they are spending with the children.
Yes, I get that fact too.
There is still that factor as well. And then while you were talking, my mind went to, you know, I want to go biblical now. My mind went to Proverbs 31. You know that general part where they're talking about women, yes. At that part, you see that they said the woman is a merchant. She wakes up early in the morning and then she weaves clothes, and then at the same time, she still takes care of her husband. So it's very possible for us to
be a career person
and still be able to balance it.
But I really don't want us to make this man feel bad. I want us to dive into. Bad.
But there are still some women.
Exactly, that's the point. I want us to talk about. Okay, let's say he's speaking out from a life experience.
Yeah,
you know, someone that grew up with this kind of mentality, and you know the circle he grew up with. That kind of circle, and he got married and still got married to that kind of person. You can't expect nothing less than this. So now let's see, what are those factors that make a woman that is hardworking, that she's diligent in her work, someone that is a career person, what can make such kind of woman being a bad option for marriage?
If you'd ask me, I would say that it's the orientation that people don't know that if you are going to build a family, from the very little experience that I have, it's not as if I'm married, but you know, let me say that let's not go personal. But then, from the very little experience that I know that if you are building a family, it is work.
Yes.
And I think the orientation is that people feel like work is just work, and when you come to the house, it is just, let's just do it as it comes. I think that's where the problem usually
Let's balance that well. Like, I want to get to that point.
I said the orientation is that some people feel like work is work. Like when you're at work, you're supposed to put in your all your
Put in
work.
your best, because
Yes.
that's what puts food on the table. That's where you bring money
Yes,
from.
but they usually also forget that if you are building a family or if you have a family,
Okay.
it is also work because you are giving something. It could be time.
You're raising lives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Human beings that are in your care.
Yes.
And you also need to put effort. So I think people usually, or let me say that some women usually forget that in the process of nurturing, it is still giving and they need to work. And it is not just work as in let's just work because it is paying the bills. It is also work in terms of, you are taking care of people. So you also need to give in. I think that's where the problem comes in, whereby people are just relaxed towards like taking care of their family.
Well, that's true.
That could be it too.
Some might feel like, okay, I'm home now. I don't need to put in everything.
Any
I just
effort,
want to be
exactly.
real.
Or
I just
to
want to be
relax.
myself. My husband should know what to do. My wife should know what to do. But sincerely, like you said, marriage, raising a family is a lot of work.
Yes.
And you have to be prepared for it. But then what of men that they feel, what's that word? Should I say insecure?
Insecure, yeah.
Or they have a problem with their wife earning more than them.
That's another
Yeah.
topic. Oh.
That's another thing. Or what about a man that the kind of job that he does is, if maybe like a businessman, or like a man that works in a bank, for example, that all he does in the morning is wake up, go to the office, close from work around 7. If you're in Ibadan where there's no really traffic like Lagos, you get them around 8, and what you want is a food on your table, a dinner served. Meanwhile, the wife is let me look for a more difficult profession, a nurse. That works. No, don't let me use a nurse. A doctor. Nurse, you can do your shifting. Doctor, you can do shifting, but then they can call you at any time to come on set for anything, surgery or emergency. Now, just imagine that kind of man that feels that, okay, he might be earning than the wife,
Yes.
but then she's more busier. If there's a word, more busy
Than the man.
And if she does not marry a man that is understanding, ready to serve, like see it as a collaboration, not it is
It's a
my wife's
partnership.
duty.
Yeah.
Does not see raising family as partnership, there is problem. Now that's part 1. What of part 2, where the husband and wife, they are both banker? No, we used to have I think there's this core staff and
Contract
staff in that kind of setting. So the husband is a contract staff, the wife is a
core
core
staff,
staff, and
which
she
means the
earns
salary is more.
than the husband. And I don't
See, what you said, it shows a lot of gaps.
Yeah.
Because marriage is just more than the general norm. It needs flexibility. If you are trying to live your own marriage based on what is expected by the society, you may not actually be the fullest person or the kind of person you should be.
I like to recap a statement.
Word.
So if you're
When I
trying,
hear a word, I want so that my listeners can digest it. Repeat that statement again,
okay,
please.
so I'm feeling like Abraham Lincoln that you are quoting now.
Oh my God,
So,
I need to quote you.
marriage it needs flexibility, and if you are trying to live how did I say it? If you are trying to live your marriage based on the society expectation,
Good.
you may have problems, and you may not be able to live to the fullest dimension that you should, because someone once said that as a man you can be a warrior outside, but when you are coming to your marriage is different. You can't start bring that warrior lord or warriorship into your home and expect to have peace and expect to enjoy that bliss. You need to see the situation and see your wife as a part of
partner.
you. So even if you are that hard man outside, calm down
When you
inside.
come in.
When that person said it, and I was like, well, this is actually true, because men, as our society, we honor men.
Yes.
We see them as, oh yes,
Our king.
and because of that, that strong part of men. But when it comes to your marriage, you need to kind of bring it down. So based on this topic that we are discussing now, before the actual marriage, we've all known our profession.
Yes. And the man knows the kind of person is getting married to.
You know that the kind of person, because we've seen a lot in this. I've seen people that the wife was a nurse before she got married. But you know how the shifting issue can be for nurse.
Yes.
The woman had to stop being that, had to drop that profession. And since then, she was finding her ways and all of that. She was...
You know what you just said now made me remember a story of someone I heard that she had to paint a profession, like she had to, for like, I think 8 or 10 years, she stopped working. And from her word, she said she gave the time to raise her family. And after she was done with that, she went back to her profession and she's doing well. Like, she's doing well.
She's lucky. Yeah, because she took a high risk.
Yes, it is. But then I told the person that I was having a discussion with someone, and when the person told me that story, and I told the person that kudos to the man behind this woman's success.
Yes.
Like, kudos to him. You just have to give that man an award. Because the woman would have not achieved, wouldn't have achieved any of this without the help of that man.
Yes.
Like you said, it's a risk.
It's a risk.
It's a risk. And also, and that doesn't mean it works for everybody. That's why I'm coming back to that your point where you said that if you live your life by the expectation of the society, my dear, you achieve nothing. You won't achieve anything. Okay, what of someone that, I know of a family that are out of the country now. Meanwhile, the sponsorship, as per how they got there, they are living fine over there. How they got there, it was the wife that sponsored everything.
And if they don't tell you, you might not know.
No. I only know about this because I'm close to the family. And I know the financial capability of the husband and the wife and the children. And the man, he loves the wife. And the woman submits and, respects the husband.
So there can be a balance. It just depends on the people in that partnership.
Yes.
The wife.
Someone said this that I would like to also read. Sorry. Someone said that define the level you want to operate as a man and go for such kind of woman.
Exactly, yeah.
Simple as ABC.
I have a definition of... please say that word again. Meet your kind. That's it. Because I can't imagine a man that... there are men. See, as much as we believe that we are in a civilized world, there are still men that believes that a woman must use her hand
to grind.
To grind pepper. And pound yam. I'm not saying it's bad.
It's not, but we just need to be flexible.
Exactly.
But there are also some women that believe that they have to do that to feel like they're women. So they should... Yeah, there are some women like that.
That's another...
That's the only way they can define and tell their husband that I'm woman enough.
To show their femininity.
Yes, there are some women... No, it might not be grinding literally that we're talking about, but there are some women like that feel like they have to do all those things for them to feel like women.
Well, doing all that is not a bad idea. I know of a friend that used to say that there is a different taste of the pepper.
When you grind with your hand.
When you grind with your hand and when you use grater. Well, it depends. You get, and especially when you know your husband as someone that was raised in the village, you get, and he likes it. It doesn't compel you to do it, but you want to collect money from his hand and you want to collect a go, and you feel like you want something like that, and you try to. It's not a bad thing, but we shouldn't make it a priority. Like you said, we need to be flexible. We are evolving. The world is evolving, and I believe in marriage, understanding. Like this person said, marry the person that is at your level.
No, don't drag her down to your level.
Marry someone. Let there be an understanding. As a woman, have an understanding with your husband. It's not every time when you are cutting that you are eating shawarma, eating pizza.
Ask meaningful questions.
Understand the kind of person you're going into with this. This is a life. Like a life journey. Not the kind of person you are sacrificing your life for. Because you are giving your life to the person. You are putting your life
on a pause.
In someone's end. and vice versa. But then be sure that the person you are placing your life in his hands, the life of your unborn children, in his hands, someone that has the kind of IQ that you have.
I think I would also add that it's possible for you to get married to someone, you know, of lower level.
Okay.
Like, okay, in terms of maybe we are talking about class and maybe level of education.
Okay.
But I think the orientation or the mindset at all times should be readiness to learn or flexibility.
And
like
I
you
even think
mentioned.
the orientation is what matters most.
Yes,
Orientation
The orientation,
how?
because it doesn't matter.
grow, you
You
cannot
may be
remain
educated and not have that kind of
orientation to grow, yes.
to embrace change,
Okay.
to
Yes.
embrace dynamism, maybe in your marriage. It may be that when you married your wife, she had no job. And she
Okay.
felt like, oh, I need to support you, and she's building a career. You know, she's now different from who you married.
used to be.
Yes.
Yes,
So
that's
at this
true.
point now, you need to be flexible enough, you know, as partners.
To accept
Wife
that,
would, oh, this is what my career is taking from me. How do we manage it together?
Yes.
And the man should also be able, oh, this is it. This is how I
Flexible
can
enough
come in.
to-
Maybe you should not do this. Maybe you should do that. I think if there can be that kind of communication,
That's it. Communication in marriage, in relationship, anything that has ship at the back.
so it's important. Like that Dr. Ireti you mentioned,
Yes.
during one of the Twitters where she mentioned when she had to travel out, maybe for her PhD. I'm not so sure, but she just mentioned when she
Okay.
had to travel out and she had a baby that time. She also mentioned a time she wanted to go for a conference, maybe in another country.
Okay.
She had to prepare food, stack her freezer
Yes.
to ensure that her husband has enough to eat but before she would come back. And all the husband would need to do is just to maybe microwave. You can see this woman, she's a career woman.
Yes.
Yet she's trying to make balance in her family.
Yes.
And I'm very sure that the husband is flexible.
For him to even accept
Yeah,
that.
For him
because
to
some people
accept
say they like it
like
fresh.
that. So it's all about what we
let me
want.
chip this. Someone that likes it fresh but does not know how to cook.
So we can have people like that. You like it fresh and your woman is a career woman. There can be flexibility. Maybe you look for a house help that can always be there for you to prepare that freshness
Yes,
that
just
you
be
need.
flexible.
Because if you say, maybe you are the wife, sacrifice your career.
I was
What
one that paid
if
your
that
dowry.
career is giving her joy? What if helping people, maybe she's in a position where she's helping businesses to grow and she just finds joy in talking to
her
people
dream.
out, and then you say she should sacrifice that? What will happen to her mental health? Like, are you sensitive enough to also, because we are talking about love. You say you love me, I love you. These are things that give me joy. And you are saying because I'm a woman, I should just forget about it. You know, it's kind of very weighty. So would you now say that because you want to have that perfect marriage you have in your head as a man, that your woman should not pursue her dream?
Her dream.
It's costly. So our mothers did it, and we can see the implication of their choices. Some of them will
Exactly.
even be like, had I known better, I wouldn't have made maybe that kind of. That's why I said that woman, she was very lucky. That
You know
things-
why you're saying this? I remember a discussion I had with someone, I think yesterday or today, and we're talking about responsibilities and raising up, like fulfilling purpose. Now, take an instance of a man that is wealthy and tells his wife, like, I'm an odogu, so I want you to be an housewife and I'll pay you 10 million monthly. What will you do? I just want you to stop everything you're doing. How much is he earning you? No, wait, why are you working? It's not because of money. And as odogu that I have,
smiling. It
and
looks
I
like
want you to be Muye Odogu, if I'm correct. Muye Odogu.
I'm suspecting this. It looks like
And you know what 10 million naira is, my dear?
it's a lot.
So what will you do?
Well, to
That
be
question
honest,
is tricky. Money is good,
yeah.
but at the same time, there are instances where, like, there is this fulfillment that you feel.
Yes.
So when you get that money, will you be able to fulfill those?
You just keep the money in your account and be buying clothes.
No,
And
that one
after
is
that,
not
what
balanced. Okay, you can be giving me the money, but I have dreams. I have
Yes.
purpose.
He wants you to forsake every of your dreams.
Then
what
I
would
would
you be
ask
doing?
him
And
why.
focus on the children now. Nobody to talk with that. Just raise children, raise kids for me. I'll pay you for it. Now let's balance this. Well, it works for some people. You know, you ask some women, what do you want to be? I want to be Oga's wife.
Well, for people
It
like
works
that, it
for
will
them.
work for them.
But there are some, like someone like me, you know, imagine how many years I had to before BSc. Like how many years from ND to IT to HND to NYSC to conversion to masters, and you now tell me to come and sit down as an housewife. What's the essence? I should have just sat down in my father's house after secondary school.
When she did that, you didn't have a track.
No, I would have just sat down in my father's house after secondary school and wait for the odogu to come.
Well, our priorities are different. Some
So,
people,
yes.
they don't like.
But then I also want us to also balance it. There are women that they take their job as priority against their family.
That's true.
Which is very bad. It's very bad. As we are saying that in marriage, in family, there should be balance. We should be flexible, and also priority is very important. You know, you have an understanding husband. Some people have understanding husbands and they're taking it for granted. And so some people have understanding wife and they take it for granted. So for this post here, it is possible for you to be a career woman and be a lovely wife and a successful mother.
And it is also possible to get married to an uneducated woman and still see shege. It's still possible. I'm still standing there. I know what I'm saying. It's still very possible. So it's not about the education. I think it's just about the
Balance
personality
and
and yes.
Personality, yes, and balancing. Wow. I want to believe that you have learned a lot. Like, you know, we are here to help you to learn, to unlearn, and to relearn. And so also we are here to do the same thing. So trust me, I know that inside that your mind, there are some things that is rolling. Drop them on the comment section. We want to hear from you. We want to hear what you think, what your thoughts are, experience, you know, as a married person or as a single person. We are waiting to hear from you. So thank you so much for having us today, and we appreciate all our viewers.
Oh, thank you.
And for as many that know that they are posting it on their status, on their social media, thank you. Like, we appreciate you. Thank you for coming back to watch us. If you've not subscribed, subscribe, like, and, you know, share.
And click back up. And also, you know, the way you are seeing our beautiful faces, our beautiful some people are behind the corner, and those are our partners. And it won't be good for us to just live here and
I know
not
you have this
special vibes we have to. So thank you so much, our partners. We love you, we appreciate you, and we want to see more of you. Thank you.
Thank you. And don't forget to subscribe. See that button that is there, that is looking like a bell.
It's free of charge. Just
Welcome.
Now tell them again now.
It's free of charge. Just click on it.
It doesn't bite.
I know, right?
Just a click.
Just a click away, and like, share. You know, you might have somebody on your status, somebody that knows somebody somewhere that would need this, that needs to be enlightened on this. Share with your neighbors, with your friends. And yes, Christmas is coming.
Buy shoes for me. Oh yeah.
We want to wish you a Merry Christmas in advance and an Happy New Year in advance. Let's tell them
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Please make sure that our chicken. I don't want chicken.
I want it to.
There's no Christmas without chicken.
And fried rice.
Chicken is the symbol.
And jollof rice. Please keep them for us. You can snap them and just post it on that comment station so that we know that you love us.
You can salivate.
Exactly. All right. Till we meet again. Bye.
Bye.
Have you been yearning to take your event to the next level? Then come with me to discover unparalleled multimedia solutions with Dynamic Smile Media Creations. Yes, for your live streaming, corporate and commercial video production, premiere broadcast, product video production, documentary, graphic designs, web designs, audio production, film production, and we also train you for the aforementioned. All you need to know, we've got experienced crystal clear capture with our cutting edge gadgets such as live digital mixer, high quality cameras, gimbals, drones, etc. What are you waiting for? Contact us today via 0814 029 4960 or 0815 327 4454. Email dynamicsmilemedia@gmail.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms at Dynamic Smile Media. Don't wait any longer. Elevate your brand with Dynamic Smile Media today, where quality meets innovation.